An introduction to nature's jewels, the hummingbird family. Hummingbirds, the very name conjures images of tiny, dazzling creatures. They are like living jewels flitting through sun-dappled forests. These birds are truly unique in the avian world. Their vibrant colors and extraordinary aerial skills captivate us. They belong to the family Trochilidae. This family is one of the largest in the bird kingdom. It boasts around 360 different species, a remarkable diversity. Each species has its own special charm and adaptations. They are found only in the Americas, from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. These tiny birds are among the smallest on Earth. The bee hummingbird of Cuba holds the title. It is barely larger than a bumblebee. Imagine a bird so small it could rest on your fingertip. Yet, even the largest, the giant hummingbird, is only about 8 inches long. Despite their size, they possess an incredible energy. Their lives are a whirlwind of activity. They constantly search for nectar, their primary food source. This sugary fuel powers their astonishing flight. We see them as flashes of color, a blur of wings. The diversity within the hummingbird family is truly astounding. Some have long, curved beaks. These are perfectly shaped to reach nectar in specific flowers. Others have short, straight beaks for different floral targets. Their plumage varies immensely. We see brilliant reds, blues, greens, and purples. These colors shimmer and change with the light. Each species displays a unique pattern, a distinct costume. This variety is a testament to the power of evolution. It has shaped these birds to fit countless ecological niches. Observing hummingbirds is a delightful experience. They seem to defy gravity with their effortless hovering. Their wings beat so fast they become almost invisible, just a blur accompanied by a distinct humming sound. This sound, of course, gives them their name. It is the rapid vibration of their wings in the air. These small creatures remind us of the incredible beauty and complexity of nature. They are a vibrant thread in the rich tapestry of life on our planet, a tiny marvel full of spirit and vigor. Echoes of the past, evolutionary origins and Andean diversity. The story of the hummingbird begins millions of years ago. Their ancestors were not always these tiny, nectar-feeding specialists. Fossil evidence is scarce for such delicate creatures. However, scientists have pieced together their evolutionary journey. They believe hummingbirds evolved from swifts, another group of aerial experts. This shared ancestry is seen in their similar wing structures. Both swifts and hummingbirds have short, robust humerus bones. This allows for the powerful wingbeats needed for their agile flight. It is a fascinating link to their past. Hummingbirds, as we know them today, likely originated in South America. The Andes Mountains in particular played a crucial role. This vast mountain range became a cradle of diversification. As the Andes rose, they created a multitude of new habitats. Different altitudes, climates, and plant life appeared. Hummingbirds adapted to these varied environments. This led to the explosion of species we see today. Many hummingbird species are found nowhere else but the Andes. They are true mountain specialists, thriving in challenging conditions. The co-evolution of hummingbirds and flowering plants is a remarkable tale. As hummingbirds evolved, so did the flowers they fed upon. Many plants developed tubular flowers. These flowers often displayed bright colors like red and orange. These are colors that hummingbirds find particularly attractive. The plants offered nectar, a rich food source. In return, the hummingbirds provided a vital service, pollination. This partnership drove the diversification of both groups. It is a beautiful example of nature's intricate connections. Today, the Andes remain a hotspot for hummingbird diversity. Here, you can find species with astonishing adaptations. Some have beaks longer than their bodies. Others can survive at incredibly high altitudes. The sword-billed hummingbird is a prime example. Its enormous bill allows it to feed from flowers with very long corollas. Each species is a testament to millions of years of evolution. They are living relics of a dynamic geological and biological past, a vibrant legacy etched into the mountain landscapes. Masters of the air, the unique mechanics of hummingbird flight. Hummingbirds are, without a doubt, masters of aerial acrobatics. Their flight is unlike that of any other bird. They can hover motionless in midair. They can fly forwards, backwards, and even upside down. This incredible maneuverability is essential for their lifestyle. It allows them to navigate dense foliage. It helps them to access nectar from flowers, often in difficult positions. Watching them is like watching a tiny feathered helicopter. Their control is simply breathtaking. The secret to their flight lies in their unique wing mechanics. Most birds generate lift primarily on the downstroke of their wings. Hummingbirds, however, generate lift on both the downstroke and the upstroke. Their wings trace a figure-8 pattern in the air. This is possible due to a highly flexible shoulder joint. It allows the wing to rotate almost 180 degrees. The wing itself is rigid, acting like a blade. It is mostly made of hand bones with very short arm bones. Their wings beat at an astonishing rate. For smaller species, this can be up to 80 times per second. Even larger hummingbirds can manage 10 to 15 beats per second. This rapid wing movement creates the characteristic humming sound. It requires an immense amount of energy. Their pectoral muscles, which power flight, are huge. They can make up to 30% of the bird's total body weight. This is a remarkable proportion for any animal. It highlights the importance of flight in their lives. This exceptional flying ability is not just for show, it is crucial for survival. Hovering allows them to feed from flowers that other birds cannot reach. Flying backwards enables a quick retreat from a flower or a rival. Their speed and agility also help them to evade predators. Though small, they are not defenseless. Their mastery of flight is their greatest asset. It defines them and allows them to thrive in their specific niches, a true marvel of natural engineering. A life at full throttle, extreme metabolism and constant feeding. The life of a hummingbird is lived at an incredibly fast pace. They have one of the highest metabolic rates of any animal on Earth. If a human had a similar metabolism, they would need to consume vast quantities of food. We would overheat almost instantly. A hummingbird's heart can beat over 1,200 times a minute during flight. Even at rest, it beats around 250 times per minute. This rapid physiological activity fuels their energetic lifestyle. It is a life lived in the fast lane, constantly burning energy. To sustain this high metabolism, hummingbirds must feed almost constantly. Their primary food source is nectar from flowers. Nectar is rich in sugars, providing quick energy. They may visit hundreds, even thousands of flowers each day. They use their long, often specialized beaks to reach the nectar. Their tongues are also remarkable. They are long and forked with tiny hair-like structures called lamellae. These structures help to lap up nectar rapidly through capillary action. It is an efficient and rapid refueling system. While nectar provides energy, it lacks essential nutrients. So hummingbirds supplement their diet with small insects and spiders. These provide proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. They are adept hunters, snatching insects from the air or plucking them from leaves. Young, growing hummingbirds especially need a protein-rich diet. The mother bird diligently feeds her chicks this mix of nectar and insects. This ensures they develop quickly and healthily. It is a balanced diet for a high-performance life. The constant need for food dictates much of their behavior. They are always on the lookout for the next meal. This relentless search for fuel is a defining feature of their existence. Their tiny bodies have very little storage capacity for energy. They must eat every 10 to 15 minutes to survive. This makes them incredibly vulnerable to food shortages. Access to abundant flowering plants is absolutely critical for their survival. Their entire existence is a delicate balancing act between energy expenditure and intake. Section 5, Survival Strategies, the necessity of torpor and epic migrations. Living life at such a high metabolic rate has its challenges, especially at night when they cannot feed, or when food is scarce, or temperatures drop. To survive these periods, hummingbirds have a remarkable adaptation. It is a state called torpor. Torpor is like a short-term hibernation. During torpor, their metabolic rate drops dramatically. Their heart rate can slow to as few as 50 beats per minute. Their body temperature also plummets significantly. This helps them conserve precious energy. Entering torpor is a vital survival mechanism. Without it, many hummingbirds would not survive the night. They would simply burn through their energy reserves and perish. As dawn approaches, they must warm themselves up. This requires a rapid increase in their metabolic rate. It is an energy-intensive process. They shiver violently to generate heat. Within a short period, they are ready for another day of intense activity. Torpor is a crucial adaptation for these tiny dynamos. It allows them to weather the lean times. Many hummingbird species undertake incredible migrations. These journeys can cover thousands of miles. The rufous hummingbird, for example, breeds in Alaska. It then migrates all the way to Mexico for the winter. This is an astonishing feat for such a small bird. They travel alone, not in flocks. They must cross vast stretches of land and sometimes water. The ruby-throated hummingbird famously crosses the Gulf of Mexico. This is a non-stop flight of over 500 miles. It takes about 20 hours. How they navigate these long distances is still partly a mystery. They likely use a combination of cues, the position of the sun, the Earth's magnetic field, and landmarks. They also have an excellent memory for good feeding locations. Before migrating, they build up significant fat reserves. This fat fuels their arduous journey. These migrations are perilous. They face storms, predators, and the challenge of finding food along the way. Yet, year after year, these tiny travelers complete their epic voyages, a testament to their resilience. Section 6, Jeweled Warriors, Social Dynamics and Territorial Instincts. Despite their diminutive size, hummingbirds are anything but timid. They are known for their feisty and aggressive nature, particularly when it comes to defending their territory. A good feeding territory is crucial for survival. It means access to nectar-rich flowers or a well-maintained feeder. Hummingbirds will vigorously defend these resources. They will chase away rivals, even much larger birds. Sometimes they even confront insects or small mammals. They are truly fearless little warriors. Their territorial displays can be quite dramatic. Males, in particular, perform elaborate aerial maneuvers. They dive at intruders at high speed, chattering and buzzing aggressively. These displays are designed to intimidate competitors. Fights can occur involving high-speed chases and even physical contact. They may use their needle-like beaks as weapons, or they might jab at an opponent with their feet. These confrontations are usually brief, but they highlight the intense competition for resources in the hummingbird world. Outside of the breeding season, many hummingbirds are solitary creatures. They live independent lives, focused on feeding and survival. During the breeding season, however, their social interactions become more complex. Males establish breeding territories and try to attract females with dazzling courtship displays. These displays often involve spectacular aerial dives, and they also show off their iridescent plumage. The female observes these performances carefully and chooses a mate based on his vigor and the quality of his territory. Once mating has occurred, the male typically plays no further role. The female builds the nest, incubates the eggs, and raises the young entirely on her own. The nest is a tiny, exquisite cup, often made of plant down, spider silk, and lichen. Spider silk makes the nest strong and flexible, allowing it to expand as the chicks grow. The female is a dedicated mother, tirelessly feeding her offspring and protecting them from predators and the elements. The solitary efforts of the female are remarkable. Section 7. A kaleidoscope of color, iridescent plumage, and superb vision. One of the most captivating features of hummingbirds is their brilliant plumage. Their feathers shimmer with an array of iridescent colors. These colors are not produced by pigments alone, like in many other birds. Instead, they result from the unique structure of the feathers. The feathers contain tiny plate-like structures called melanosomes. These are arranged in layers within the feather barbules. When light strikes these layers, it is refracted and reflected, creating the dazzling metallic colors we see. The iridescence means that the bird's color can change depending on the angle of light and the viewer's perspective. A hummingbird that appears dull green from one angle might suddenly flash brilliant red or violet from another. This effect is most pronounced in the gorget feathers of males. The gorget is a patch of brightly colored feathers on the throat. Males use these flashing colors in courtship displays and to intimidate rivals. It is a stunning visual language full of vibrant signals. Hummingbirds also possess exceptional vision. Their eyes are relatively large for their body size, giving them keen eyesight essential for spotting tiny insects and locating flowers from a distance. Remarkably, hummingbirds can see a wider range of colors than humans can. We humans have 3 types of color-sensitive cone cells in our eyes, known as trichromatic vision. Hummingbirds, like many birds, have 4 types of cone cells, known as tetrachromatic vision. This 4th cone allows them to see ultraviolet light. Many flowers have ultraviolet patterns on their petals, which are invisible to us but act like signposts to a hummingbird, guiding it to the nectar. This ability to see into the ultraviolet spectrum opens up a whole different visual world, helping them find food more efficiently and possibly playing a role in mate selection. Their world is richer in color than we can imagine, providing a truly vibrant sensory experience. Section 8. Tiny gardeners of the air. Hummingbirds as keystone pollinators. Hummingbirds play a vital role in the ecosystems they inhabit. They are incredibly important pollinators. As they feed on nectar, they inadvertently pick up pollen on their beaks, heads, and feathers. When they visit the next flower, some of this pollen is transferred, allowing the plant to produce seeds and reproduce. This process of pollination is essential for the health of many plant communities, especially in the tropical and subtropical regions where most hummingbirds live. Many plant species have evolved specifically to be pollinated by hummingbirds. These are known as ornithophilous or bird-loving plants. They often share a common set of characteristics. Their flowers are typically brightly colored, often red, orange, or pink, colors that hummingbirds are attracted to. The flowers are usually tubular in shape, matching the hummingbird's long beak. They produce copious amounts of dilute nectar and often lack a strong scent, as birds generally have a poor sense of smell. The relationship between hummingbirds and these plants is a classic example of coevolution. Over millions of years, they have shaped each other. Some hummingbird species have highly specialized beaks that fit perfectly into the flowers of only one or a few plant species. This specialization ensures efficient pollination for the plant and guarantees a reliable food source for the hummingbird. However, this can also make both species vulnerable. If one disappears, the other may suffer. In many ecosystems, hummingbirds are considered keystone species. This means their presence has a disproportionately large effect on their environment. Their pollination services support a wide range of plant life, which in turn supports other animals that depend on those plants. The disappearance of hummingbirds could have cascading negative effects, leading to a decline in plant diversity and impacting other wildlife. These tiny birds are truly mighty in their ecological importance. They are indispensable gardeners of the natural world. Section 9. Fragile wonders, threats, conservation, and unfolding mysteries. Despite their resilience and adaptability, hummingbirds face numerous threats today. Habitat loss is perhaps the most significant. Deforestation and agricultural expansion destroy the forests and grasslands they depend on. Urban development also fragments their habitats, reducing the availability of food sources and nesting sites. Climate change is another growing concern. It can alter the flowering times of plants, creating a mismatch with hummingbird migration and breeding schedules. Such changes can be devastating. Pesticides also pose a serious risk. Hummingbirds can ingest pesticides directly when feeding on contaminated nectar, or they can consume them by eating insects that have been exposed. These chemicals can be lethal or cause sublethal effects, impairing their reproduction or navigation. Collisions with windows are another human-caused threat, with many hummingbirds dying each year from striking clear glass. Furthermore, introduced predators can impact local populations. The challenges they face are many and varied. Thankfully, conservation efforts are underway to protect these fragile wonders. Creating and protecting hummingbird-friendly habitats is crucial. This includes planting native flowering species and preserving existing forests and green spaces. Responsible use of pesticides is essential. Many organizations and individuals are working to raise awareness, promoting hummingbird conservation through research, education, and habitat restoration projects. Maintaining hummingbird feeders can provide supplementary food, but it must be done responsibly with clean feeders and proper sugar solutions. Even with ongoing research, many mysteries still surround hummingbirds. How do young birds navigate their first migration without guidance? What are the full complexities of their social interactions and communication? How will they adapt to a rapidly changing climate? Scientists continue to study their physiology, behavior, and ecology. Each discovery deepens our appreciation for these extraordinary creatures. The more we learn, the better we can protect them. Hummingbirds are a constant source of wonder. They remind us of the delicate beauty of our natural world and the urgent need to cherish and conserve it for generations to come.